Once upon a time, in a quiet valley wrapped between two gentle hills, there sat a village named Kirimaini, a place where the wind carried whispers faster than truth and shadows spoke louder than reason. Kirimaini was the kind of village where everyone knew the sound of everyone else's footsteps, where every cough, laugh, and quarrel traveled through walls as if the houses had ears. It was a village where people lived close, sometimes too close, and suspicion was always looking for a new home. At the farthest edge of this village, where the tall blue gums bent over an old footpath, lived a woman named Mary. A widow, soft-spoken and gentle like a river that refused to make noise even when carrying stones. Mary had lived alone for 7 years after the passing of her husband, Musa, a carpenter loved by everyone. His death had broken Mary like clay left too long in the sun, cracked, fragile, but still somehow holding shape. Yet she survived. Every morning she swept her compound until the soil looked like polished red floor. She grew herbs, lemon balm, rosemary, peppermint, chamomile, the kind of herbs that smelled like healing, but looked strange to people who feared what they didn't understand. And at night, Mary smiled. Not because she was mad, not because she wanted to scare anyone, but because she prayed long, deep, trembling prayers whispered into the silence. Thank you, Lord, for another day, even the painful ones. She smiled through her prayers the same way people smile through tears. But the village did not know that. The village only saw a widow living alone, growing strange herbs and smiling at night.
The year Mary turned 48, misfortune hit the village like rain that refused to stop. First, all the goats began falling sick, one by one, foam forming in their mouths. Then children developed strange rashes after swimming in the river. Then the crops began yellowing, drying before harvest. These 3 things were enough. Fear began to grow, fear looking for a face, fear looking for someone to blame. And fear always finds the easiest target. It began in the market. Have you seen how Mary smiles alone at night? I saw her talking to the wind. She grows herbs that no one else grows. Her husband died mysteriously. She is always alone. These are signs. The whispers grew teeth, then legs, then a voice. Soon it felt like the whole village had signed an agreement to fear her. Mary could tell something had shifted. Children stopped taking the path near her home. Women avoided greeting her. Even church elders began skipping her during prayer visits. She felt it. The heaviness, the distance, the fear in the eyes of people she had fed, helped, laughed with. But she said nothing. She only prayed and smiled. It happened on a cold evening. A group of villagers came to her gate carrying torches. Led by a village elder, the self-appointed guardian of tradition, they knocked. Mary opened the door slowly. Her heart felt small. "Mary," the old man said, "things are going wrong in this village. The goats, the river, the crops, your herbs, your night smiles. People are afraid." Mary swallowed hard. Her voice trembled like a frightened child. "I only pray at night. The smile, it is just me talking to God. My herbs, they are for sickness. I have done nothing wrong. But fear had already made its decision. Another villager shouted, "We don't want witches here!" Others echoed, "Yes, she must go! She is the cause! Burn the herbs!" Mary stepped back, tears welling, but words refusing to come out. What happened next became the darkest night in the village's history. Someone threw a torch. Another followed. Mary's small house, her memories, her herbs, her husband's old tools, all caught fire like dry grass. She screamed, "Please, my husband's things, my Bible!" But the flames ate her house faster than her voice could protest. Not one person stepped forward to help her. Not one. She watched everything burn, everything, while the village witnessed. When the fire cooled, she was chased away with only the clothes she had on. No food, no blanket, no dignity. And just like that, Mary, the gentle widow who prayed at night, became a homeless wanderer. Days later, the misfortunes continued. Even worse, goats kept dying, children became sicker, the river water turned murkier. People started getting scared, truly scared. If Mary was the cause, then why weren't things getting better? One brave young man named Kim, a school teacher, decided to investigate the river upstream. What he found froze him. At the edge of the forest, hidden deep, was a secret dumping site. Barrels, rotting waste, chemical-smelling liquid leaking into the river. He ran back to the village shouting, "It's not Mary, it's pollution. Someone has been dumping chemicals in our water." The truth spread quickly, this time faster than lies. A construction company from the town had been secretly disposing waste at night. The sickness, the dying goats, the yellowing crops. Mary had never been the candle causing darkness. She had been the one wrongly burning in the light of false accusation. When the villagers realized the truth, silence covered the village like a heavy fog. People could no longer look at each other. Mothers cried quietly. Church elders avoided the mirror. They had burned an innocent woman's house, chased a widow, destroyed a life, because they feared what they didn't understand. Because gossip felt easier than thinking. Because judgment always moves faster than truth. Kim and a small group searched for Mary for 2 days before they found her sitting under a fig tree miles away, shivering, exhausted, and clutching her burnt Bible. When she saw them, she did not stand. She did not run. She did not even cry. She simply looked up with tired eyes and whispered, "Is it over?" Kim fell to his knees. "Mary, we were wrong, so wrong. Please forgive us." Behind him, the villagers who came with him knelt too, but Mary only closed her eyes. "I forgave you the night you burned my house," she said softly, "because hatred is too heavy for a lonely woman to carry." They begged her to return. She refused. Instead, she asked for one thing: build a well, a clean well, so the children never drink poisoned water again. And they did. In the middle of the village stands Mary's well, clean, deep, protected, with a plaque that reads, "Before accusing someone in the dark, make sure You are not the one holding the candle the wrong way. Mary never returned to the village, but her story stayed, whispering through the generations, a reminder, a warning, a lesson. And sometimes, when the wind bends the branches of the blue gums, the villagers say it sounds like Mary's gentle night prayers, the prayers she smiled through, even when no one understood.